Hey everybody, it's me as always, your host Gambit896, and I'm back once again with another review video for you guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing X-O Manowar Volume 1 by The Sword. This is written by Robert Venditti and illustrated by Cary Nord, and as you can see from the top right corner of the front cover, this is published by Valiant Comics, and this first trade collects the first 4 issues of the series. The story starts out, we have a battle between the Visigoth and the Roman Empire, and we are treated to a really great looking double page spread of a battle scene between the Romans and the Visigoth. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Visigoth. I'm really not sure how to pronounce it, but as you can see, there's that page. And there's that page. I just quickly want to point out that I hadn't read any of the original Valiant comic series, and I will say that Robert Venditti and the company of Valiant, just from this first series that I've read alone, have made this new series, or rebooted series I should say, very, very accessible to new readers. As you can see, there's an example of some more of the artwork of the battle scenes. As you can see there and there. We meet our main character, Aric, who is the heir to the throne of the Visigoth people, and he is very much a headstrong, kind of no-nonsense, sort of proud warrior who is trying to essentially make sure that the Romans do not enslave and essentially murder his people. So the battle that we see in the opening pages doesn't bode well for Aric and his fellow Visigoth people, and so they retreat to a camp, and they are ultimately captured by this alien species, which we come to know as the Vine. As you can see, here's another example of another action scene there. There's a lot of really great action scenes in this. It's very action driven, it's very fast paced, but it's a really, really great read. So the story starts out in 408 AD, and then once we have Aric and his fellow comrades have been captured by the Vine, and we realize that the Vine are, like I said, they're an alien species who have essentially captured Aric and his fellow warriors to work as slave labor on one of their command ships. And we find out that the Vine worship this suit of armor called, or as they call it, the Armour of Shahara. As you can see, there's one of the priests who are kneeling in front of the suit of armor and actually worshipping it. And they are essentially trying to find who among the Vine are or is the most worthy to wear the suit of armor. And we find out that even their strongest warrior is apparently deemed unfit or unworthy to be wearing the X-O Manowar armor. I will say that this is my first exposure to both Robert Venditti's writing and Cary Nord's artwork, and both are really, really solid. Venditti does a really great job through the writing of actually making you care about not only Aric, our main character, but also his comrades as well. It makes you feel for the predicament that they found themselves in the respect that obviously they've been captured by the Vine and they are essentially being used as slave labor, like I've said, but upon their ships. And as you can see, they are very much a brutal race of aliens in the respect that they are, they don't care, about the humans. They see them as lesser beings or a lesser species, And to give you an example just how brutal the Vine actually are, when Aric essentially steps up for one of his friends to stop them laying a beat down on him, they essentially, one of them cuts off his hand, as you can see from the bottom panel. So this, you know, the Vine are very much the antagonistic plot element of the story. And then over time we have Aric and his allies essentially plotting their escape and their quest for freedom. And eventually Aric dons the X-O Manowar suit, as you can see there. And that's about as far into the plot as I'm going to go, as I really don't want to spoil this, as I really think this is a series you should definitely read for yourselves. Like I said, both the writing and the artwork are absolutely solid and really on par with one another. Let me just see if I can find you a good example of... I mean, some of the action scenes in this just look fantastic. Even something as kind of goofy as an explosion on an alien ship. I mean, this just looks really cool, as you can see there. And yeah, that's about as much as I have to say. If I said any more, I'd probably be spoiling the first story arc. First off, well, second of all, the covers, or the original series covers, look really cool. This is my favourite, being the cover to issue number 4, as you can see there. If I pan back a bit, you might be able to see a bit more. There we are. Yeah, if you're a fan of the original Valiant series comics, or if you're looking to get into the Valiant series, I definitely recommend X-O Manowar Volume 1 by The Sword. Or if you're a fan of Robert Venditti's artwork from his work on the Surrogates, and also Cary Nord's artwork, who I believe did the artwork on the Conan series from Dark Horse. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think he did. And yeah, like I said, you know, Venditti does a great job of making this really accessible for new readers. And through the writing, like I said, you do come to care about our main character Aric, as well as the predicament both himself and his comrades find themselves in, and you find yourself actually rooting for him as they make their escape and as the events of the first story arc actually play out. I'm really interested to see where this story goes. If I had to give this a rating, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm really stoked for the next story arc. And just as a little some of the bonus material at the back of this book, we not only get a cover gallery, but also some advertisements for some of the older Valiant comics, which have been collected into trades or hardbacks. As you can see there, there's the original Bloodshot series from Valiant, and then underneath there's the original Ninjak series as well. And then on this page we have an advertisement for 3 other of the Valiant series which are out at the moment. So we have Bloodshot, if I go from the top, we have Harbinger, we have Bloodshot, and we have Archer and Armstrong, as you can see there. And then finally, on the very last page, we have a advertisement and a brief synopsis for X-O Manowar Volume 2, Enter Ninjak. So I'll definitely be picking up Volume 2 of X-O Manowar when that comes out, as well as trying out the rest of the other recently rebooted Valiant series as well. And that's about it for this review, guys. As always, if you liked the video, give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. As always, please feel free to leave some comments below in the comment section. And until next time, this is Gambit896 signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.